Hi, Pack members. Gordon Carroll here, author of the best-selling Sheepdog series. As you know, you who read my newsletters and read my books, I like to tell little stories of my police career and kind of give you a feel of some of the kind of strange things that go on the front lines. I was in the Marine Corps for 7 years, and I was a deputy sheriff for 35 years with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office and also Glendale Police Department for 1 year as a police officer before that. So the story I'm going to tell you today is a canine story because since I was the lead canine trainer at Arapahoe County, I got to do a lot of handling with dogs. I had 4 dogs. I had my first dog, who was JR. He was a 120-pound German Shepherd. I had my second dog was Max, a 90-pound Belgian Malinois, one of the first in the state. And then my third dog was Thor. He was a 55-pound Belgian Malinois. And then my last dog was Arrow, who started off as a 50-pound Belgian Malinois and ended up getting to be about 65 pounds. But as I got older, my dogs tended to get smaller. So that's a good way to do it because it gets hard to throw the dogs over the fence after a while. So what you really learn to do is to teach them how to climb over the fence. So I thought I'd tell a story today about canine Thor, my third canine, who was just phenomenal. He was 55 pounds. He did everything I asked him to do. He was just a wonderful animal to work with. Well, one day we got called over to the jail because a very dangerous criminal had escaped from the booking area. They'd taken him in to sign some paperwork, left him in a little room in there where he could be alone and supposedly in solitary confinement. But they had a little problem with the jail they didn't realize at that time, and that is you could get out through the ceiling. And he did. He got up into the ceiling. Now, we're on a 3-floor jail, so he wasn't able to totally get out, but he got all the way up into the top and he disappeared. And the layout of the jail there goes throughout the entire jail structure. So you're talking about close to 3 football fields in length. Now, when I got there, they said, "Hey, yeah, can your dog go up in the ceiling and go get him?" And I said, "Well, is the ceiling a drop tile or is it straight?" And they said, "No, it's like drywall and it's reinforced, so you're not going to just fall through." So I said, "Okay, great." So I get up there. What they didn't tell me was that it was about a 2-foot clearance. So we get up there and we had to get on our bellies. We had to take off our vest and crawl on our bellies, and it was pitch black. And not only that, but there was a layer of about 1.5 inches of dust throughout the entire thing. It was some sort of, what did they call it? It was the not the fiberglass, but it was insulation, but it was some weird kind of spray kind that was very weird. It was like powder. It was terrible. It was like dust would just pop into your face. But I took my canine Thor up with me on my shoulder, got him up into the ceiling, and me and 2 cover officers got up there. Pitch black, just shining our flashlights. I gave commands, and I sent Thor out to go find him. And after about 3 minutes, nothing. Didn't hear him, couldn't hear his little paws scrabbling along the ceiling anymore. He was just gone. So I called out to him to come back to me, and he's always great at always returning to me when I tell him to. Nothing. Call him again, nothing. And all of a sudden, the deputy next to me goes, "Hey, I hope he didn't fall down one of the maintenance shafts." And I said, "What? What do you mean maintenance shafts?" And he goes, "Yeah, there's these straight maintenance shafts that drop down, like almost an entire floor. And therefore getting down and working on the toilets and the sinks and everything else for the holding cells for the inmates in the booking area. And they just drop straight off. There's no protection around it, no gate, nothing. They just fall straight down." I was like, "Well, thanks for telling me now. Why didn't you tell me then?" Because there's no lights up there. There's no way the dog could see it. So I started thinking maybe he fell down there. So I'm yelling for him. He's not coming back, not making any sound. So we start crawling through. And as we crawl through, I get to a maintenance shaft. And sure enough, there's Thor down at the bottom. A good 10 or 15 foot drop between pipes that are coming out and jutting around. And it's around, maybe a 4-foot circumference diameter. And straight down. And he was down there, hadn't gotten hurt at all. He's just down there. But luckily he had his harness on. So I climbed down, hooked up a couple of leads, got back up, hauled him up out. But he was mad. I mean, he was like furious. So I made commands again, and I told the bad guy, I said, "Look, you want to come out now because he's mad. Don't let him catch you right now. Surrender." Well, nothing. So I put him on lead, and I kept him really tight to me, and we just went through the whole layout. We probably were up there for 1.5 hours searching when all of a sudden I heard him go around. hit into an air duct, and he said the bad guy tastes like chicken, so it was good. The bad guy was captured. We were able to get Thor and all of us back, and I don't think that bad guy ever tried to escape again. So one of those weird canine stories that's good for the books. So thanks for listening, and hope that you get my books, read them. You'll have a lot of fun. They're fictionalized stories, but not everything in them is fiction. So PAC members, again, thank you. Talk to you soon.